Good morning, children. We are doing on the face of it play from our textbook Vistas. Till now, we have read about a 14 years old boy, Derry, who comes stealthily into the garden of Mr. Lamb, who is having a large house to live in, but nobody comes to befriend him or stay along with him. Derry and Mr. Lamb both are suffering from isolation and alienation, and there are many things that are common between them, like physical impairment. Derry is having a burnt face, acid had blown his face off, so he appears to be ugly, and Mr. Lamb is a handicap who had got his leg blown off at the time of the war. Mr. Lamb is trying to make understand Derry that all in the world, everybody in the world, it is not necessary that they are all watching us and keeping an eye upon our faults and weaknesses or about our demerits. There are many positive sides of us, of our personality that keep on attracting the people towards us. It all depends upon us whether we look at the positive or the negative side of someone or something. So, Mr. Lamb says that beauty and the beast all are relative. So, everything is connected in this world. The only thing is that I to witness. So Mr. Lamb tries to make him understand that beauty and beast, everything in this world are all related to each other, and there is no difference between a wheat and a flower growing plant. But Derry is not able to understand whatever Mr. Lamb is saying, as he finds always people talking negatively about him. In the last part of page number 61, we read that Derry feels that if he knew that Mr. Lamb was there, he would have gone away from there, he would have been trespassing because he doesn't like to remain with people when they stare, when he finds that they are looking at him and they are afraid of him. So Mr. Lamb says that you could lock yourself in a room and never leave it. There was a man who did like that. He was afraid, you see, of everything, everything in this world. A bus might run him over, or a man might breathe deadly germs onto him, or a donkey might kick him to death, or lightning might strike him down, or he might love a girl and the girl would leave him, and he might slip on a banana skin and fall, and people who saw him would laugh their heads off. So, children, in the story, the man was so negative that he used to find always a negative in whatever he did. He felt that whatever he would do or whatever he is doing, the result of all would be negative only. So he went into his room and locked the door and got into his bed and stayed there. Derry asked, "Forever?" "For a while," was the reply from Mr. Lamb. "Then what?" Mr. Lamb says, "A picture fell off the wall onto his head and killed him." So, children, as it is said, that death will come when it will come, even if you are going to hide yourself in your room or on, even if you lock yourself up in your room, still, if it is your death day, it would come to you. In Julius Caesar, Shakespeare has become the mouth speaker of Caesar and said that cowards die many times before their death, and valiant taste death but once. So those people who remain buried somewhere, hidden somewhere, and they try to lock themselves up, it is not so that the death would not be able to see them. But every time they are afraid, they are dying. So here Derry laughs a lot and Mr. Lamb says, "You see, but you still say peculiar thing." Because Derry has never heard these kind of strange things from anybody else's mouth, and so he finds everything very peculiar. "What do you do all day?" "Sit in the sun, read books. Ah, you thought it was an empty house, but inside it's full. Books and other things. Full. But there aren't any curtains at the window. I am not fond of curtains. Shutting things out, shutting things in means somebody who is out cannot see inside and somebody who is inside cannot see out. So curtains they become the obstruction. I like the light and the darkness and the windows open to hear the wind. So Mr. Lamb says that his house is full of books, as Bacon has written, books maketh a complete man, or reading maketh a complete man. So here reading of the books he likes, and then he keeps his windows and doors open. He does not put curtains on the windows. Yes, I like that. When it's raining, I like to hear on the roof. So you are not lost, are you? Not altogether. You do hear things. You listen. So Mr. Lamb feels that if Derry can love the rain, if Derry can hear the rain pouring down on the roof, it suggests that he also is in love with nature. He is not he is not lost completely and he can still be revived. They talk about me downstairs. Here, Derry is talking about his parents. When I am not there, what he will ever do? What's going to happen to him when we have gone? However, will he get on in this world? Looking like that, with that on his face, that's what they say. So, parents they keep themselves as if they are very worried. They show themselves as if they are very worried. And they keep on talking about Derry that Derry doesn't like. Mr. Lamb says, Lord boy, you have got two arms, two legs, eyes, and ears. You have got a tongue and a brain. You will get on the way you want, like all the rest. So, what are you afraid of? And if you choose and set your mind to it, you could get on better than all the rest. So, children, those people who are determined, they forget about their weakness and drawback they have, and they become one or the other day successful. How? Same way as I do. Do you have any friends? Hundreds. So Mr. Lamb is trying to say that though he is a lame man, still he has learned to live, and he is living better in comparison to the others. So Derry can also do that. Derry can also follow him. So Derry is asking about if he is having friends. Mr. Lamb says hundreds. But you live by yourself in that house. It's a big house too. Friends everywhere, people come in. Everybody knows me. The gates always open. They come and sit here and in front of the fire in winter. Kids come for the apples and pears and for toffee. I make toffee with honey. Anybody comes, so have you? But I am not a friend. Certainly you are. So far as I am concerned, what have you done to make me think you are not? So, a person can be called a friend not on a description of some features or something like that. So, if he has not behaved wrong with him, then he is not the enemy. So, he is a friend only. You don't know me. You don't know where I come from or even what my name is. Why should that signify? As Shakespeare has also written, what is there in name? So, name doesn't signify, particulars do not signify. Do I have to write all your particulars down and put them in a filling box before you can be a friend? So, children, we have seen that whenever we want to befriend with anybody, we do not take a biodata of that person, we do not ask some horoscope or any particulars of that person, to what star he belongs or what he likes and what are the hobbies and interests. We just become friends because we feel that there are some common likes and dislikes that we share. Derry says, I suppose not, no. So you could tell me your name if you chose and not if you don't. Derry, only it's Derek, but I hate that. Derry, if I am your friend, you don't have to be mine. I choose that. So Derry tells about himself that whenever he wants or he feels that he can become a friend of anybody, then the other person tells him that he can say that, okay, he is his friend, Daddy's friend, but not to tell to people or expose like he is friend of him. So he chooses not to be friend anymore, and therefore he is not friend with anybody, because people don't like themselves to be called Daddy's friend. Certainly, I might never come here again. You might never see me again. And then I couldn't still be a friend. Why not? How could I? You pass people in the street and you might even speak to them, but you never see them again. It doesn't mean they are friends. So, children, Derry is pointing out that many people we meet in our life, in everyday life. We meet sometimes people in the bus, sometimes in trains or on the road. So we cannot say that they are all our friends. So it might be possible that Derry and Mr. Lamb do not meet again. Then can Mr. Lamb call him still his friend? So to this, Mr. Lamb says that he would always be his friend.